Yeah, that's pretty good. Hey, yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy, Professor here. You already know what's going on. So today, we're gonna be doing another MPK video. My channel just got monetized. Again. Thank goodness. Had to do a lot of talking to Google support and hunt a lot of numbers. I'm talking like 3 hours worth of work just to get in contact with someone, and 3 days worth of bitching. But no, we all got it worked out. Thanks YouTube for checking out my channel in a timely manner. Love you guys. Love you guys, my subscribers. Without you, couldn't have gone to them and asked for them to review. And so today I wanted to say a thank you to you guys, and I wanted to really give something back, and I want to show you guys everything I've learned this year regarding the MPK Mini. So, because that video kind of is the one that brought a lot of you guys around, you know, and still is. So I want to go over today, we're going to go over how to set up the MPK with FL20. We're not going to put it in a very technical aspect because you can go check out my other video for that, but we're going to go ahead and set it up. Get yourselves ready today to use every single technique I'm going to show you. This will be a decently long video, but if you follow along with the steps I'm doing right now, you'll be able to have a beat made and have learned a bunch of techniques for using your MPK to create a beat from start to finish. So stick with me through the video. I'll try and explain everything as best as I can, and make sure you like and subscribe, alright guys? So, let's hop right in, and let's do this. Alright, so, let's throw in the headphones. Alright guys, so, we're gonna go over some of the biggest questions that we get. But first, let's open up a new arrangement. So in FL20, you can actually make different arrangements. So we're gonna make this one, I'm gonna make this one called subscribe. All right, so I have a new arrangement, and I already found my sounds. You guys should know how to do sound selection. So let's get right on into what we can do from here. First, make sure your MPK is plugged in, all right? Make sure it's plugged in. Make sure it's plugged in a USB port. Next check we gotta do is we gotta go over here into our options. You gotta go into your Midi settings. Make sure that your MPK Midi is on this output. Get that bad boy selected. Sync that to 1, all right? Or send to a master sync. That's what I do. Make sure it's on. Send to master sync. Send that to port 1. Synchronization type to MIDI clock. That's what I do, all right? So if you have to plug this in, close FL Studios and reopen until your MPK Mini 2 shows up. Get that showed up, all right? Make sure it's there. Now, and that's just like an output thing. That's not, I don't even know if that's important, but your input. This is gonna be your input, your MPK Mini 2. So get that enabled. Enable your MPK Mini 2. Generic controller. FL Studios doesn't seem to have any special layouts for it. It would have already known if there was a special layout for your MPK Mini. I'm not sure if you can make any. Wait, Akai APC 20, APC 40? I don't think this is an APC 20 or 40. Let me check the box. No, it's not. It is just an MPK Mini. So, there may be ways to download stuff that they've made for this. I don't know. But right now, you just need generic controller, okay? So, generic controller, it should show up as that. Make sure that's on. When you enable it, that little power button will go on. Generic controller. Port, I just have mine set to 0 or to none. So it doesn't really matter. Make sure, if you guys want to do what I'm doing today, this is how I do it. Keep it right here on port none. Empty on these. Link note on velocity to velocity. Link release velocity to release. All right, perfect. And all right, you should be good. Also, if you don't see it, you can try refreshing the device list, okay? But seriously, this right here. This is how it needs to look, okay? You don't need to install any drivers or anything. Just get that to work like that. I believe you don't have to have any drivers installed. So we got this going. Now, you should be hearing stuff from your, actually, since we don't have a really busy mix yet, let's also go to our audio settings and turn down our buffer length. That is our audio latency, all right? So turn down your audio latency. That way, when you hit the notes, you don't get a 2-second delay. Full level does. So this full level option makes it so that if you hit something, even if you hit it soft, it's going to come in at max velocity. All right. You don't need to do that. You can always do post-editing later, but I'm just going to have mine on for now. It doesn't do the same with notes. All right. So, first things first. People want to know if you can switch what your MPK is doing while you're playing it. Yes, the answer is yes. All you have to do is have this highlighted and not in the front, your channel rack. And then, watch this. You just press down or up on the keyboard. So if you want to change your instrument without using this, I guess, we now know how to do it, guys. Press program change and make sure it's highlighted, all right? Now, remember when we set these up for FPC, 1, 2, 3, 4, look at as we hit these pads, okay? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What is this one? 10? Yeah. So green is obvious. These are going to be doing different banks, okay? So I could switch very quickly over to which one I'm using. If you don't have program change on, it will not switch. Program change is how you do that. All right? So I have my different sounds, okay? So first let's get like a cool, a nice tempo to work with. Now, first thing I'm going to show you guys is how to set up your MPK with your FPC, all right? So FPC default has a bunch of different sounds, but I set up ones that I like, all right? So your FPC, this is probably not going to be automatically mapped out correctly, all right? To map out your FPC, you need to go to map notes for entire bank. So if you go right here and you click this, click map notes for entire bank. What that's going to do is go from left to right, bottom, second, third, top. So it's going to go left to right each time you press a different button. So pay attention, because when I label all these once, I'm going to switch to bank B and do it again. So I just did number 1, I just did number 2, just did number 3, just did 4, just did 5, just did 6, just did 7, just did 8, bank B, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now it's mapped out. So my FPC will now respond correctly. So I hope that made sense. If it didn't, go back again. But that's how you map your entire layout. And then you can drag your samples that you want to use into here. I already got the ones that I wanted. So now, alright, so let's talk about loop recording briefly. I go over this in a different video, how to loop record with the FPC, or with FPC and MPK Mini, etc. So let's see how this tempo is. I want to figure out if this is a tempo I want to record with or not. Tempo sucks. I want. All right, that's cool. So we're probably actually just doing like an 82 tempo is what we're doing with, but I have it doubled up. That's okay. So loop recording. Let's show you what this is about. If you select an area in this song in your playlist and highlight it, you can bring up the playlist by pressing F5. And you can full screen it by pressing the backspace or pressing Enter on your keyboard. If you have your playlist up, let's bring it up like this so you guys can really see what I'm doing. And let's measure out 16 bars worth of room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I have 16 bars here now. All right. I want you guys to think how you're going to be making your beat. Unless you're working in triplets possibly with your hi-hats, you're probably going to want to go to 4th step, 2nd step, 3rd step, or 4th or 2nd step, because this is how your quantization is going to be taken care of with how you record with these. Now, to loop record, you have to have this enabled. What that means is when your playlist reaches over all the way here, it'll come back to the beginning so you can keep recording, okay? Now, what you also probably want to do is blend record, because if you don't blend record, what you do that second time around will actually overwrite what you had before. So turn on blend recording as well. And let's attempt to make a quick 8-bar beat. We're working with 16 just to make it easier, but I want to keep this simple and show you guys what's up, all right? So I'm going to bring up a channel rack. And we're going to start with our FPC, and then we're going to try and get some piano in there or something, all right? So let's see. Let's go to record, notes, and automation, all right? Okay, so you'll notice right here that you're able to record both these, but you want these to split up by channel, all right? So just right-click this, and, excuse me. Actually, what I meant to say was go here and split by channel. So this is the thing we just recorded right here. And you'll split this by channel. So now if you look, my Nexus is right here, and my FPC is right there. So both of what we just recorded is separate now. So we can adjust these separately. So I can go in here and turn off loop and blend recording right now, and I could just stop recording in general. And we can fix up our beat quickly. But I don't like this chord progression, so I'm going to use the one that I made earlier for us. Yeah, there we go. All right, so you guys should understand both of these now. I used my FPC to record both of these, and I split the channels up. So you should repeat this with some other instruments that you want to add to the song. But right now, let's talk about octaves, okay? So say you need to do your sub bass. I can go to where I set up my basses, or I can just do that. And right here is my sub bass. And my sub bass is in D. So you'll notice I had to reset the root note to D, all right? So rather than having up here where I was playing earlier, octave down. This moves your board's, like if you play this, if I press octave up, look at this. Look at where C is gonna come up. Right there. Octave down. Okay, so this should be pretty obvious. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at what we can do with our sub bass, all right? So rather than play it in, I'm actually gonna do the cheapo depot way. And you'll notice to make the bass line, I actually routed I just took the bass notes of each chord and put them down an octave and lengthened them out. So I'm going to Control-C, copy that. I'm going to make a new pattern. We're going to call it sub bass. And we're going to put it right here. And it looks like pattern 2 might need a different one too. So we're going to go in here and set this up first. And we remember that it needs to be, because this is way too low. This needs to go up near the C5 area. So mine is actually a C sharp, so it goes. Oh, and we need to change those velocities up, guys. We can't hear that, so put that velocity up. Now, what you're also going to want to do, so your sub bass does not mess up the frequencies with each other, okay? Make sure you cut itself, because if you don't, you're going to get a lot of this. And it's going to sound like garbage. Make sure your sub bass can cut itself. So that way, it doesn't continue playing the note for a long time after, because I'm pretty sure you'd rather it not be low frequencies stacking on each other and creating phasing. Let's go get our bass notes from pattern 2. Control-C. And let's just go into our already sub bass. And let's just paste it in here as well. So it's going to come right after. We can see it right there. Move up. And then we'll just we'll put these right here. Now, I want to do one thing with my sub bass before anything else. I'll go to the pattern that it's on, or the track that it's on. Pull up Maximus. And you don't have to do this, especially if it's really only in the sub bass ranges. You can just merge it like this. But we're going to go click on Maximus, and we're going to solo out the lows. See, so we have some mids there and highs there. So I don't want to put the mids together. Let's go put our band around here and merge them. There we go. At around 0.99, 80, at like 90 hertz is what I like to do. There we go. Good, good, good. Okay. So now the lower end of our sub bass is merged, and it just sounds better that way. But that's a pretty boring bass line, I would say, right? We can go fix the hi-hats later, but I'm going to show you guys a cool trick to do with your sub bass now that you have it, all right? Do something like this. It's going to be pretty cool. This C, right here. Do this. Actually, no, this G. Yeah, that. Maybe we'll do it. And we'll do it with C. The fourth one, now that I hear it in my head. So hit this note right here, and we're gonna let that slide. But we might have to enable that on our thing. Let's see. Yeah. That's cool. All right. We're gonna pull that back to here. And I don't want it to shift back down. So to do a slide back down, let's listen to that bass line. Yeah, there we go. That's something a little more interesting, at least. All right, so let's get back into techniques with the MPK. Now that we went over using this and setting up it with the FPC. We went over using these right here. And, oh, I'll show you guys something else interesting. Say you want to know what key you're going to be playing in. Go to your helper and go to scale highlighting. I know that I'm composing this song in G sharp minor. So if you go right here and you go to your helper and you go to scale highlighting, go to G, and then after, go to minor harmonic. So see, if you did C major, it'll only do white notes, because C major is white notes. Look at this. So it darkens out the notes. If you're trying to build stuff within here, like scales and stuff, you can stay within the scale and just kind of avoid these. Now, some songs obviously sound good when you go out of scale a little bit or not, but just saying, if you're really trying to compose chords or something, use that. I'm putting mine back just in case. It's a nice tool when you're composing in here rather than on your APK Mini. Or MPK, excuse me. Your MPK Mini. So go back to G sharp minor. Alright. So right now I have my sub bass, and I recorded some synths that should go in with here. Let's see what chords I was doing. Yeah, so I was just doing. And so I'll show you guys actually what it looks like to just record that quickly. Of course, you can make a new pattern, so don't mess up your old ones. Start right here, and then just Alright, see? So now we got that in there. And just go lengthen out the notes a little bit. And cut off the tail ends that you don't need by pressing C. That brings up the slice tool. And cut off the stuff you don't need. In fact, we can actually pull back the clip a little bit. I don't want the note missing its trigger. Oh, it looks like it's on, okay. And then just cut the tail end off of here too. Or you can leave it, but, you know, cut it. You got it, cut it. Alright, then you press P to go back to your pencil tool. Now, I'm going to show you guys interesting regarding arpeggiators. The arpeggiator on the MPK is nice, use the arpeggiator on your MPK Midi, you must first turn it on. Tap for the tempo you want it to go. If you want it to go fast, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So hit a note. You'll notice it's only hitting one and it's not arpeggiating anywhere. So, I mean, I guess, there you go, that's pretty cool. Alright guys, well, I'm done messing with that. Let me actually show you guys an effect after we set up an arpeggiated background, okay? So I did this, but I'm going to show you guys how I did it, alright? So I have this right here. So let's solo that out so you can see what's going on here, guys. That sound I made in GMS, which is in FL Studios. So what I did was I actually copied my chords, okay? So Control A, Control C. And if you drag that into a new clip and go to GMS or something you want to use for a pluck sound, piano roll, that stuff that you recorded, like even if you have an idea of what you want your arpeggiated chords to hit, you record them on your MPK. And if I recorded those, then after I have them in here, you can use FL Studio's tool. Let's cut off the tail ends of our... Actually, no, let's just add to here. All right, so now we got nice full chords on each ones. Check out this. You can go to your tools, go to your arpeggiator, or go to arpeggiate. All right. So these different ones are going to be how this option, this pattern, is going to be how, like, what the pattern's going to be. I guess that should have been obvious. I really shouldn't have, like, said anything. So then there's your range. The higher you go, the higher the difference in notes it'll hit. Like the more on the scale. Your time is going to be how... Let's show you on a smaller range so you can actually see. So up is lower, speed. See how as I pull this back? Your gate is how long the notes last. I like that. So I'll accept that now. But sometimes it's overwhelming because you notice it might overpower some of the song. So say you have a part of the song that you want to be where that piano cuts down a bit. I'm going to show you volume and I'm going to now show you volume and effect adjustment with your MPK, okay? So let's clone this pattern over now that we have all of the pieces, okay? So highlight it with Control and drag, and let's set up two things now, all right? So on our on Nexus or whatever you decide to use for your piano or chords or your organ, whatever instrument you decide, pull up Mixer 3, and we're gonna make an EQ that does this. All right, so listen to this. All right, so to do this, let me just show you guys. Actually, I'll replace it with nothing so I can show you guys from scratch how to do that. All right. Actually, let's do volume on this one, and then on the arpeggiation, let's do a parametric. So to control the volume of your of a mixer track, right-click this mixer track where it's on, and press link to controller, and then mess with the one you want it to link to. So listen now. All right, so that's cool. Now this is our this is now our arpeggiations. So let's open up a new parametric EQ2. Let's right click on the side and click low pass. So a low pass allows low frequencies to go through it. And you're gonna order probably around a steep 8. And to give it a little bit of spice, let's pop it right there a little bit. Yeah. So let's say you now want to control these types of automations through the song. Say you find yourself a form that you like. Let's link our FPC channel also to... FPC is linked to 1. Let's link that to a volume automation as well. Or let's link that to a knob. Here we go. So we have volumes for our synths, and then we have our parametric EQ adjustment. So what you're going to do is arm this now instead to record, I guess, yeah, notes and automation again. But don't press any keys. Alright, so let's do that again. In fact, we're just going to make a whole new pattern, because we don't want it to end where that FPC clip ends. We want it to go all the way. Let's record our automation in here. So now all of these automations that we just did are in here. These are saved. So without us having to adjust this, it will remember. Oh, no, we don't want to record over. Stop your recording. See, it's doing it on its own. So in the end, if you create a bunch of patterns that you like and just lay them on the list. You can live mix your songs with these. I mean, of course, not as much as some tools that are made for mixing are, but this is still a nice way to automate and control things. So I can control, like, I put my sub bass on a different mixer part, etc. Okay, so we went over octaves, we went over drums, we went over keys, we went over volume controls. We taught you guys some hints and tips, tricks inside of FL Studios. And is there anything else that I do? I mean, really, if you guys want to create a beat from scratch, just get those lined up. Get your FPC lined up and bring your channel rack to the front. Get all your sounds lined up in advance. And then, you can then make your beat from scratch if you use the loop and blend recording method. So just get them all ready, so that way when you decide to go in here and record, you can just do this. Nice. So you see what's going on here? I hope this all made sense. I really hope that this helped you get your MPK set up into FL Studios. When, say, you decide that you made a cool chorus progression, but it's off, or you want to do triplets with your hi-hats, remember, you would record in 1/3 step. You would do that. Or you just go in and time them automatically, like this. Or say, like I said, you have a chord here, but your stuff's a little bit off. Like it just looked messy because you weren't on time or you forgot to do that. Make it so it quantizes. Just go to Tools, Quick Quantize. Tools, Quantize, Quick Quantize. Quantize that stuff. All right, there we go. Start times. I want my start times to be at the beginning, so boom. Duration, I want them to be the same timings. Sensitivity affects where it thinks the note is, so like if it thinks it's on the next beat or the next one, but these are all relatively close. Either way, so you would quantize and click accept, and now your stuff's timed up correctly. If you don't want to be using the mouse at all, just remember the key really is to just have everything set up in advance. Have your sounds set up in advance. Have your channels and your effects set up in advance. That way you can adjust volume, adjust EQs, adjust which sound you're using with the thing, just with your arrows. I am hoping that this helped you guys when it comes to making and using your MPK to its fullest potential. It is likely that I will have another video in half a year from now with more updates on how to use this. But till then, I hope that you guys like and subscribe. I mean, I even learned a few things right here just with this video. And I hope that I see you guys for more videos. Leave comments and questions down below so I can answer them for you. I guess... new song is about done. Actually, 2 of them. I am in the mixing and mastering stages of them now, so I can't wait to put them up here on YouTube. Should be pretty dope, and Spotify and all that stuff. Make sure you check out Pond 5, make sure you check out other videos. We go over some other cool stuff here, and I'm gonna go set up and edit this video right now, guys, alright? So till then, this has been Professor. Keep it real, keep up your grind. Love you guys. Take it easy. And like I said, if you have any questions, leave them below. The community is really helpful around here, alright? That's how like you make a beat. Apply all these tools to yeah, that's pretty good. That's not too bad. Well, that's not too bad for bullshitting around. Peace, guys.